Hey, spooky parents. We want to help promote an awesome alternative clothing brand from the Midwest made just for you ghouls. It's Feral Mama. The brand was started by Gretchen, a mother of 4 living in Cleveland, Ohio, who is a trained doula and has a passion for supporting motherhood and other mothers who are struggling with mental illness, postpartum depression, and mothers who are struggling to find a support group for other alternative mothers. Since she started her business, she has found an awesome community that has supported her through thick and thin. We support her on this mission as parents ourselves. Feral Mama has lots of comfy t-shirts with spooky designs for mostly mamas, but also some unisex options are available for any of you papas or caregivers out there. She also sells kids shirts from time to time, as well as hoodies, crew neck, long sleeve shirts, patches, pins, mugs, and some other really cute bags. You can use my code OscureIvy to get 10% off your first order using the link in the description on our Instagram or even on our YouTube, feralmamashop.com/OscureIvy. That's feralmamashop.com/OscureIvy. By supporting her, you will also be helping us continue to do what we do. It can take anywhere between 14 to 21 business days to receive your order, but remember, she is only one person. So go support your local Feral Mama today. Remember to support small businesses, women, and of course, badass mamas everywhere.
The Midwest, home sweet home in good old Indiana. Place of small towns, cozy families gathered together, and fields of corn and rustic woods. But, like any town, there is a dark underbelly that often goes unnoted. We are part of that darkness. We lurk in the shadows to bring you the best in horror, metal, and stories of the grotesque. This is Blood in the Cornfields.
All right, welcome in, Cellar Dwellers.
Hey, Marc's back.
I was going to say, it's a voice you may miss. Some of you may remember what I sound like.
I missed you.
Good.
I hope you all liked that last episode. Helen did great, or Hell did great. I was terrible, and I apologize.
See, I don't know. See, I was waiting for YouTube, because that's what I always do. Mm-hmm. I got in the habit of making sure that our episodes have proper audio and all that stuff, because I'm super paranoid from like one of those early episodes that didn't have audio. Mm-hmm. So I'll usually wait for that, and then I have the notifications on so I can just be lazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was waiting to drop, and so I just found out that it has dropped. So I have not listened to it.
I hope we did you proud. I hope you guys enjoyed that true crime episode. It was a late night. We literally stayed up, I think, till like 11 o'clock because we just wanted to make sure, we were able to do the true crime, and also we had gone out that same day to First Fridays.
First Friday, yeah.
And lost poor Luke in the crowd.
I heard about that. That was kind of ridiculous.
And I found Waldo, though.
You found Waldo?
I found Waldo over there.
There was someone walking around dressed as Waldo?
I found Waldo. I found everybody. I found Waldo, but not Luke.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I'm cool with the Waldo.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet. Well, I'll be listening to it. I know y'all did a great job. I don't even have to worry about it.
You're way too nice.
No, we're good. We're good. You can take the reins. You can take lead, ma'am. You can do it.
Which?
Yes. So, yes, as we alluded, I was gone doing some Texas-y stuff. Sorry, no pictures. Didn't visit the gas station this time. I'm trying to be poor, so I can't go to these places with like a little bit of money. I have to go with like an open budget.
I get that.
I'm the same thing with Karma. So I haven't been to Karma in like, I don't know, probably like 3 weeks, because it's like, I don't want to go there and just limit myself like, hey, Mark, you probably should be responsible and only spend like $30 here. Mm-hmm. I want to go where it's like, hey, Mark, you probably should be responsible and not spend over $100.
Right. Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't go to the gas station. Plus, it's out of the way a little bit. I mean, I stay in Round Rock. Mm-hmm. The Texas gas station's in Bastrop. 45 minutes of an extra drive. So it's like, if I don't need to drive that,
especially
I don't
with Minnie, you got your baby with you.
Yes, she likes it. She gets a little freaked out by some of the stuff.
Aww.
So yeah, she liked my room. She kind of she liked my room. All my collectibles and everything. Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, because I guess this would be the first time she's seen it.
Yeah, because it's a new place for her.
That's so fun.
So that was pretty cool. So I'm excited. I'm back though. We've got so much stuff lined up for y'all. just a lot of stuff.
We got so much planned, and of course, with it being Pride Month, we still got the pole dancing episode,
yes,
and we got our drag queen episode.
We do, yes. So those are both coming down the pipe.
Oh my god, drag queen! I'm so sorry, Natasha. Don't spite me.
Which I met casually.
That was cool.
Which was like interesting.
Natasha had a drag.
Yeah, and I I'm not familiar with Brock. And so he walked right by him and he's like, "Hey, I know you." And I'm like, "You do?" Like,
where do you know me from?
I don't believe I know you. And then introduced himself and I'm like, "Oh!" And I'm like, "I didn't recognize you without the makeup." And he's like, "That's a huge compliment." And I'm like,
such a nice person.
Me being honest. So yeah, got to meet him, on the fly. So that was cool. Looking forward to that episode. Working on a bunch of other stuff, folks.
Yes.
Like we are really, really, really busy. Another possible collab in the works. We got some shows that I'm trying to plan. We've got
interviews, more interviews.
Yes, I am on it this year. For those of you who listened to us in the beginning, I don't remember if we talked about this, but there's an event that I want to be planning for Halloween. I'm going to go around and see if I can get some businesses, and hopefully we can do it in Goshen.
Here's really hoping.
Yes, I'll talk about it more when it comes up, but there is a Halloween type event that I'm trying to come up with, and hopefully we'll be promoting soon.
But we do have one event that you all can kind of participate in that is coming up very soon.
Yes.
But we need your help.
Yes, absolutely. So we are going to do a 100 subscriber contest. So y'all that subscribe to us, share us with your friends, get people interested that you think might be interested in it, because the thing I love about us is we're interactive. Not everybody's interactive, and that's so cool for us. So yeah, get people on board. The more the merrier.
Right now we are at 71 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, and we're just going to go by YouTube because it's easy for me to see.
Yeah.
If we find that we have like a lot more subscribers on Spotify, like I'll have Luke hit me up and we'll just do it at that point. So 100 subscribers, we're trying to go with YouTube because it's easier for me to see, but whatever. What we'll do is once we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away like a gift basket type thing, and I'll just be mailing it to the winner. So we'll be drawing the name from the hat. But I have a bunch of stuff from my collection that I've accumulated, and I find myself doing doubles or buying multiple things that overlap each other, and then I just have a lot of other shit that I want to add. So this will be stuff from my personal collection, all brand new stuff, in packaging, tags attached, nothing that's used or anything like that. I have so much shit, it's not going to end up like that anyway. But I'm also going to involve Karma Records, whether they like it or not, because I'm just going to buy shit from them if they're, whatever. So I will be buying a couple things from Karma, just personally handpicked out for me. So
and maybe even a gift card.
Exactly, yeah.
Get you guys in the door.
Exactly. So it's going to be multiple things, some cool shit thrown in there. Something, whether it's like a figure from Karma. I may even have like, hey, give me your shirt size in case I want to do a shirt, a movie, all sorts of different stuff, just to kind of like help rep Karma and then give, kind of a sweet, sweet gift to someone. So it's going to be a cool, especially for free. It's going to be a cool ass collection of shit. So I'm definitely putting some cool stuff in there. So you won't be sad if you are the lucky winner.
Yeah,
so
there's going to be some cool shit in there.
Absolutely. So get us to that 100 subscribers.
Only 29 more of you.
That's not even a lot.
That shouldn't be hard.
It's not even a lot. Definitely not even a lot. So yeah, we will get into that, and then I'll just pick the winner and then communicate you, on the Insties or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so new in horror. So not a lot going on. I've been super busy. You've been super busy.
Yep.
We've both been kidding it.
To the max. Yeah. That's true. My son was sick for like a week and then gave it to my husband, and thank God, let's hope that it still stays away from me.
Yeah, hopefully. We don't need that. We don't need this.
I'm so done. I'm so fucking done. Every time that I feel like we record an episode, either my allergies are fucking up or acting up, and I'm just like, in the fucking mic, man.
So, speaking of kidding it up, apparently with Minnie, everything is butt cheek. Oh, everything is
everything
hurt
like a butt cheek on a stick.
Everything. She says everything is butt cheek, so that's her little thing. She renamed Peter Johnson.
Butt.
No. Her first time meeting my dog Peter, which his name is Peter Johnson. She called him Peter Lopez. So.
Your dog's Latino now?
Apparently. I was unaware.
Peter Lopez. Yeah. I love it.
She doesn't even make it into my house before she calls him Peter Lopez.
I think that's so funny. She's so creative.
I'm like, all right, Peter Lopez it is, man.
I love that, Peter Lopez.
So, yeah, we got to that. So it's good. Yeah, everything's going there. But sorry, got a little off track. Back to what we're talking about with New and Horror. I know you're excited about anything that has Robert Pattinson in it. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
How do you mean that? Because I fucking hate Twilight.
I know.
I love him in Lighthouse, and I love him in like Batman and like other things. And he's a really and Water for Elephants. He's a genuinely very good actor.
Yeah. I love the pause. Like, Luke, you have to leave that in there. That, solid 3 seconds of nothing after I said
what do you mean by that?
So, the reason I bring him up...
Go ahead. It's okay.
So, I love throwing, like, all these smile things your way. Anything that has to do with smile... Just know that from here to eternity, I'm going to bring you up on it. Like, it's just going to get thrown in there. So, Robert Pattinson, all they're saying is that he's involved, and then Parker Finn, who's the writer-director of Smile, your favorite movie.
Fucking Christ, man.
Which 2 will be coming out soon. Trust me, I will give you release dates on that.
I'll hate watch that thing to no end.
They're redoing Possession.
That has no reason to be fucking remade. I'm sorry. God damn. It's a perfect movie as it is. Who the fuck ordered this shit up? Lazy motherfuckers.
That's all it's about. That's all that it's about. That's why one of the movies I'm going to be talking about in a second, I really, really like and respect. But yes, I don't know. You know, I mean, what if Parker Finn got better? Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, the only way he's gonna get better for Smile 2, if he's gonna actually have a fucking story this time around, without cheap fucking effects that he stole from James Wan.
No, Smile 2 is gonna be terrible. It has no chance. It's gonna be like rat shit terrible. It's gonna be atrocious.
Okay, or it goes in like some weird malignant direction where it's just balls to the wall stupid and it realizes how stupid it is, then I might consider it. But Possession does not need to be fucking touched. It's a perfect movie as it is. We already got kind of Possession 2 or a Possession remake with The First Omen.
Yeah.
Why do we need another one?
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be a thing, and as usual, I thought you'd be super excited about that. So we'll move on from that one. I want to talk, and it's been a little bit of time because obviously I wasn't on the last episode. I went and saw the movie I've been wanting to see for like over a year and a half.
We've been hyping it up.
In a Violent Nature. Do I love the movie overall? Yeah, it's good. I wanted it to be better than what it was, but it's still not a bad movie. It's creative. It's not what I was anticipating, but my God, they did something different. They did something unique.
Really?
They did something artistic. Stepped outside of the box, and it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I wanted it to be better. I wanted it to be more slasher-ish. Mm-hmm. There wasn't as many kill scenes as I wanted, but the kill scenes that are in it are pretty damn good. There's one kill scene in particular that is getting heralded as one of the best kill scenes of all time.
For real?
All
shit.
Time.
That's a pig.
And if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I gotta agree. I think it's in the top 10, maybe even top 6 best kill scenes I can ever recall.
Dude, we should do an episode on that.
We really should. Oh, I can already tell you one of my favorites is Jason in the sleeping bag.
Yes.
I fucking love that.
Smack!
I love that. So, yeah, no, we could do that. Did we just stumble onto an episode?
I think we did. Watch out for it, y'all.
Hell yeah. So yeah, great kill scenes, beautiful movie, shot beautifully. It's different in the sense that you follow the killer around. He's not talking. He's not doing. It's basically like a first-person video game.
That's
and
cool.
You walk around and you're like, "Oh, people, I'm gonna kill you." There's a reason he's killing them, but I'm gonna try not to give too many spoilers away. But he just walks and says, "Ooh, person, you're gonna die," and then he goes and kills them viciously.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a lot of dialogue. Homeboy don't talk. A lot of people are like, it's a direct ripoff of Jason. Okay, all right, whatever.
It's inspired
Sure.
by Jason. It's an homage to Jason because Jason's amazing. As I look at him in the corner.
So, and he does, they do reveal the character.
Oh.
So you do get a little reveal in there, and it is very kind of Jason-esque. Yeah, but great movie. It actually almost beat out...
Late Night with the Devil?
Yes, Late Night with the Devil, yes. Opening weekend, it came in 8.1 million. Late Night with the Devil came in 8.3.
That's cool.
I believe they're both IFC films, which they're kind of kicking Blumhouse in the dick a little bit.
Kicking A24 a little bit.
Yeah, well,
But
till Maxine comes out.
Well, of course, Blumhouse can get kicked to the curb anytime.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too, definitely. But yeah, no, great movie. I recommend watching it. I don't know if it's physical media available. I assume not, because it goes from theater and then it went to Shudder. It might already be on Shudder. I'm hoping it comes on release because
be cool.
I will own it.
Yeah.
I would love even just a poster of it too.
That's a badass poster, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The movie
Yeah.
poster.
So, I liked it. Breath of fresh air, different type of movie. It's definitely kudos to them for that. I would watch anything else these guys would do. I don't know what else they've done, but yeah, I was excited. I thought it was a good movie.
Nice. Yeah, I need to see it.
It's good. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about with the kill scene.
And no kids get hurt?
No
Okay.
kids get hurt.
All right, it's a good movie then.
I don't think there's even a kid in the movie.
That's even better.
No, not a kid in the movie.
Even better.
Did it have titties though?
Did it have titties?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Maybe because there is a water scene and there's two
Well, that's
girls.
always promising.
But I don't think there's titties, no.
Speaking of water.
Lay it on me.
Yeah, so Henry Selick, the director, if you're familiar with Henry Selick's name, he was actually the real director of Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach and Coraline. So he is looking to essentially kind of, but not really, do a sequel of sorts to Coraline, but it's actually based off of a different Neil Gaiman book called The Ocean at the End of the Lane.
Interesting.
I don't know what it's about, to be honest with you.
Sure.
It looks cool. I think I might even try to read the book if I can.
Now, did you say he's the director or writer of Coraline?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Because that was a
Neil
hugely
Gaiman was
popular movie.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
And Neil Gaiman is also the writer of Coraline, of the book. So,
Daughter loves Coraline.
yeah. So I'm excited. And it's going to be stop motion again, so
Sweet.
it's even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am excited for that. When I heard about that on, I think it was Bloody Disgusting that reported on it, and I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
I reference Bloody Disgusting so many times. Like I won't say I get everything from them.
But they come out with shit quick compared to, and I hate throwing it like under the bus, but Fangoria can lack on things.
Yeah.
But Bloody Disgusting is like post after post.
Yeah, they
post.
seem more like a horror news company.
Yeah.
You know how you have like whatever the news companies are.
CNN?
Yeah, or whatever.
NBC? Fox?
Yeah, like that stuff. They're for news, like, hey, it happened just, minutes ago. Mm-hmm. I think Bloody Disgusting is like that, but then Fangoria is more like, we're going to go in depth.
Yeah.
And they would be more like the news article about the story that dropped
Truth.
a week ago. To me, that's kind of how I view them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bloody Disgusting is always on top of their shit.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely. So, yeah, that's, I don't know. Do you have anything else? No, I don't have anything else on the new front. Actually, hopefully, and I know I've said this before, but, life gets busy. T-shirts. I am hoping to have an Etsy shop that has T-shirts available for y'all to order out of. I have some time this week that I'm really going to try and hammer it out, and hopefully our next episode, I'll have the link for that.
I've definitely gotten some more people that have requested T-shirts, that want T-shirts. We will get them to you.
Yes, and there's going to be a plethora of other stuff on there that hopefully some of you might think is pretty cool, because I'm just kind of making some random shirts that I think people might like, our fan base might like, and if not, hey, just get the Blood in the Cornfield shirt. But it allows me to make like different modifications of it without having to go through another company and all that sort of stuff. So I get to be a little creative with this, so I like it. I dig it.
Hell yeah.
I dig it. Well, that brings us to what we are doing here today.
Yes. So we continue Pride Month, and we are talking about queer metal, rock, and punk icons.
Yes. It's this is an interesting go around. Because like we were kind of discussing before, I know there's a ton of other people that either I missed or that they're just not as predominant in, like, say, the gay community. And of course, older people that it wasn't really, you know, a popular thing. And there's
discuss,
negative. Like, we'll go over the biggest one, Janis Joplin.
Yep.
That, you know, I won't officially say because obviously she never came out.
But
or anything
she's
like
very
that.
queer.
I mean, you know, I think any of you guys, if you were just like imagining it, it's very easily to be seen. And to me, I mean, talk about one of the queens of just like rock and roll, just female vocalist.
Incredible voice.
One of a kind.
God.
One of a kind. That, like, I'd have to smoke 30 cigarettes each day to even come with the raspiness, but it's not like a cigarette raspiness is what she had.
No,
It's
it was powerful.
Yeah.
Whatever was in her was just powerful. You can feel the emotion behind each lyric, and especially when she just punches you in the gut with each lyric that she pounds out. Like, she is just incredible.
Yeah. And to kind of hop back with what I was initially saying is there's a lot of artists like her that may have not come out, maybe died before they had a chance to come out. So, you know, we're really going to kind of shy away from some of those and really talk about more of the people that are, you know, established and, you know, out and proud of it. Because and then there's always the stigmas of like the question marks and, you know, I don't know, the rumors or whatever, all that shit, whatever. Who cares about that shit?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna kind of go over a list here that we've got some. So
let's get some of the more popular people out of the way.
Yeah, we got. I mean, are we starting with
Rob Halford, Leather Daddy himself?
I'm the biggest, hands down.
I love that man.
Hands down, in this category, the biggest. And it's, I mean, we've got some good people on the list, and like, you know, it doesn't matter the genre. I mean, like, you know, there's like Elton John. To me, there's George Michael. There's Rob Halford. Like,
you got David Bowie. You got Prince.
It's not genre, like, wise. It's just artist at that point, in my opinion. Because Judas Priest is pretty massive.
Yeah, they got a big fan base. And when Rob Halford came out on MTV in 1998, it shocked more of like the pop crowd. But like, if you're a metalhead, you knew.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. All in leather?
Yeah, and to me, like,
dressing up like one of the Village People?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think that, like, you know, I don't know this, but I'm pretty safe I can assume his style influenced a lot of, like, gay culture. Because, like, just with, like, you know, like you said, with, you know, how the Village People were and the leather and stuff, the style.
I definitely think, I don't think that he influenced that particular thing. I think that because that came before that,
Yes,
the
yes.
biker, the bikers.
I shouldn't have said influence.
No, that's okay. I know what you
Mainstream
meant.
it more.
Yeah, he definitely mainstreamed it more, especially for the metal community.
Yeah.
And the metal community had no fucking idea how queer it was.
Yeah, and it's usually not seen. It's seen as a very masculine crowd, and so it was like, I don't want to say more taboo,
Keep going.
but I mean, taboo might be the right word, but it's just metal is full of long-haired, burly dudes that, are pretty raunchy and I don't know.
And then you have people that may still be in the closet, or maybe they're not, like the band Accept. Are you familiar with this band?
Nothing. That cover, I do not think that that's a straight band.
Yeah, so...
I'm guessing that that's not.
So the only song that I knew from them is called...
What is he holding? That's what I want to know.
It's supposed to be a microphone or a ball, because it's called Balls to the Wall is the name of the album.
You're doubling down on that and calling it Balls to the Wall? I thought it was a dick, if I'm being honest with you.
I thought the same thing. We picked this... Damn. We picked this particular tape up at Ignition Music Garage purely for the cover. We're like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
The first song plays, and I actually do recognize it. Balls to the Wall was like a big metal. It's in like, you hear it all the time, and like if you like listen to like the House of Hair and shit like that, or if you have like the special radio that comes on new cars, they play it a lot. So it's like, I didn't know that was Accept. I had no idea who the hell this band was.
No.
But listen to these other... Sorry, Rob Halford, we gotta take a back seat because these guys are very, very closeted. The other songs on this album are London Leather Boys.
Okay.
Head Over Heels. Love Child. Turn Me On. Guardian of the Night.
Oh.
Losing More Than You've Ever Had.
Ooh. Interesting.
And they have actually come out and said, we are not gay. Like, don't ever associate us with being gay. And it's like, are you sure?
The cover... if you just showed me that, I would say, oh, that's a Judas Priest album that I'm not familiar with.
Right.
That, like, literally, if you just showed me that, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's probably Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I wouldn't even think anything of it. Or maybe I would be like, maybe that's George Michael.
Honestly, the first thing that, like, comes to my mind, just, like, looking at it, is it looks like Mapplethorpe. Are you familiar with Mapplethorpe?
No.
He's a photographer, a queer photographer, that did a lot of, like, kind of leather daddy stuff, like photography. And I'm like, that looks like something he would photograph.
Interesting.
So that kind of brings me back to Rob Halford, though, because I feel like because of the biker scene and also, like, people like Mapplethorpe and just, like, the whole leather daddy community in general kind of inspired him, also being a queer man and also closeted for quite some time, inspired him to bring that out while also not quite being out just yet until he was ready for it.
Yeah.
But his new album that came out, Invincible Shield, I think just came out in 2023, 2024.
Yeah, it's new. And he looks pretty good.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. For age, I have no clue how old he is. But it looks good for his age.
Honestly, definitely. Luke said it best. Old Rob Halford kind of looks like Ian from Black Tornado.
Yeah. I can see the resemblance. Definitely.
Ian, please take that as a compliment because Rob Halford's a hot dude. Like,
I mean, he's a metal god.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing a Mount Rushmore, he's probably on it.
Oh, I'm going to climb it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So, yeah, I mean, starting with, Judas Priest and Rob Halford, I think is where you really have to kind of start this conversation. And then everyone else kind of takes a backseat to that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, again, not every band that I'm going to talk about was, hugely influential for me, or that may be the case for you, but just more kind of like recognizing them. But Peter Garrett from Midnight Oil.
Ooh.
And he's done a lot of other stuff. I think he was actually in like Parliament or something later on in life. But Midnight Oil, solid. I believe they're Australian band. Had what is that song? How can we sleep? Well, when our beds are burning.
Yeah,
that's Midnight Oil.
Okay.
Yeah. So they had a hit or two. But yeah, that's pretty influential worldwide. I know they were really big in Australia, but in the States they had a couple bangers, a couple one hitters. Mm-hmm. So that would be mine. Another one that I was thinking of. I don't know if I like these guys. They're super popular. They're young and talented. I don't know if they do it for me. But Josh, the lead singer for Greta Van Fleet, came out in 2023.
Really?
So the Facts, banging vocalist. It basically sounds like Robert Plant's Love Child. And I've seen videos of Zeppelin seeing Greta Van Fleet playing and being like totally impressed. Like Robert Plant being like, holy shit, this kid's got pipes.
Damn.
I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I'm not. Actually.
If you just listen to one of their songs, you'll be like, oh, I know exactly what he's talking about. It's like Led Zeppelin's Little Love Child. Oh. In modern day.
Yeah.
Listeners, back me up. I know y'all know who Greta Van Fleet is. But yeah, he recently came out in 2023. Very successful band, very popular band, a very huge band right now. Greta Van Fleet, very big. So, yeah, that was one of my other ones. Who else you got?
So the one that I have that it may be a surprise to some, but not for anybody in the black metal scene, is definitely Gaul from Golgoroth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the whole thing with, like, him coming out in, like, I think it was, like, early 90s or 2000s. He really, honestly, nobody gave a shit when he came out. And honestly, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. But he is very, very much open about his sexuality. And he, God, I'm stumbling. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. For me, with a situation like this, I agree with you. It's good. And in my mind, it's good because, A, the music shouldn't fucking matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter what or who you like or whatever. But on the flip side of it, it's good because if you are, in an area where it's not as good. I mean, dude, I grew up in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't as popular. Obviously, not even a shadow of how popular it was, to now. So for me, the fact that, like, it, shows you that, like, hey, like, you can totally go after your dreams. Doesn't matter what your sexuality is. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool for that. So, again, I think it's cool that nobody really gives a shit because that's awesome. But then it's also cool that he did because then if people, do give a shit and they realize, like, hey, just because you live whatever lifestyle you may live, it doesn't mean that you're any different. It doesn't mean that you can't achieve your dreams and do what you want to do anyway. So,
and with the black metal scene, you think like, oh, they're so manly and they don't give a shit about anybody. And it's just like, they're usually some of the nicest people you could ever meet. Yes, you got
metalheads are.
You got like idiots that are in the metal community. You'll have that in any sort of subculture. You'll always have idiots or assholes. But you'll have the good people. Yeah. And one thing that Gaul mentioned that, like, when him coming out, if anything, just brought comfort to other people. Mm-hmm. Made them feel seen. Made them feel, it's okay to kind of let your walls down, even if you're a part of this particular community of metalheads.
Yeah.
It almost in a way made them feel like, oh, no, this is okay. I can be who I am. And comfortable in my own skin, even with this harder exterior.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do like that about him. I think that's pretty cool. And I know that, like, I think his bandmate Faust was the one that kind of called him out on it. Not called him out, but asked, hey, I happened to see this thing. I can't remember if it was like a text or whatever that Faust found. And was just like, hey, I just support you. I just want to know that I care about you. I support you. and you're still a really awesome guy. You know?
Yeah.
And just letting them know, I'm still your friend no matter what. I think that was really good, especially, like I said, I'm having issues trying to find when exactly he came out. It looked like it was like late 90s, early 2000s, but that's pretty cool. I think if your bandmates are behind you, that's awesome.
Absolutely. So another one that I came across too, and I forgot because I kind of liked them a few years ago, and it's just a band that I kind of like got away from. Mm-hmm. It was one of those bands where like I liked 4 songs on the album they had, and those 4 were really good, but then the rest of it was like, it didn't really necessarily do for me. But a band called OTEP.
Otep, I've heard of that.
OTEP Shamaya is the lead singer, and she's I don't know when she came out, but she is She, I'm trying to see, sorry, through my notes. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not sure when she came out, but I know that she's a lesbian. So, the band itself, they're an American band. They're kind of like new-ish style metal, but still, I would label them more as still like artistic. Mm-hmm. Like they're not new metal in the sense that they're not, doing tons of harmonies and all that stuff. But yeah, OTEP, another band that female fronted.
That's fucking cool. Speaking of female-fronted, Marissa Martinez. Really fucking amazing vocalist.
Which I didn't know who this was.
I honestly didn't know until we started looking everything up, but she is a grindcore singer.
Sweet.
Trans at that. And she's fucking amazing.
Sweet.
Those vocals are ripping. She was in bands, Extremity was one of the bands, and Cretin. And yeah, she's really fucking good. I highly recommend you guys kind of listen to her. She's awesome. She's originally from California. Just really good vocals.
Another genre you don't hear too much about the gay community.
That's true. And honestly, I would feel like, especially even just like the community that we saw at Lang Lab and also Christian and Den.
Yeah, Christian and Den, yeah.
They're also tight-knit. Metalheads just in general are so tight-knit.
Yeah, definitely are.
If you go to a metal show, you're gonna see the same people over and over again. Absolutely. And you're gonna form connections with them. You're gonna become friends with them. And it's gonna be like a reunion every time that you don't see each other for a while. You know what I mean? And the nice thing that I saw with a lot of these like local shows is that there are a lot of queer individuals that are there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
which is, I can speak clearly to this. So like from now into the early 2000s, just knowing what the crowds looked like because I was in it and then now I'm seeing it totally different. Like there wasn't an element of queer really much anything that I ever recall seeing in the 2000s. And then now it just shows you how much more acceptable it is because yes, I would agree there very much was like that element there completely different. So it's music is still the same, but the crowds have evolved and changed. Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing is too, is like back then, maybe you would probably get mocked for being queer, or maybe you would, queer people were always there.
Yeah, yeah.
But they probably weren't out at the time. They also probably weren't like, no, if I really should be here or even in this group. Maybe I'm just kind of testing it out. You know? So
I think it was a lot of, it's almost like a snowball effect because like if you're in a, an area where it's not as accessible, like, if you're on a sports team or if you're playing in a metal band, if one person kind of like comes out, I'm sure it's like a call to arms to everyone else that's maybe been kind of laying in the weeds, a little bit hesitant or scared or uncertain how many people react. I think like once one comes out, it makes it just that much easier for another and another. And so I think over time you've seen more people that have come out, and then that just is a call to arms for those other people to kind of like, hey, like it's cool, like I'm kicking down the door or whatever. Same thing with like what Rob Halford did, he kicked down the door for a lot of people to understand that like, hey, it's accepting, like it doesn't matter, like your sexuality can be your sexuality and have everything to do with your music or has nothing to do with your music. It's your choice. You know?
Which, speaking of, the band Cynic.
Which I hadn't known much about them.
It's a progressive metal band.
Yeah, which should be right up my alley, but I did not know them.
Yeah, they're kind of... So they've been active since the 80s and 90s, and also early 2000s, but they have 2 members that are queer or out. They actually have, also with the same name, actually.
Really?
It's Sean Reinhardt and Sean Masvidal.
Sean Masvidal, okay.
And I believe Sean Masvidal is a guitar player.
Sweet.
But I think Sean Reinhardt came out first, and then I think after that, other Sean was like,
Yeah, that's what that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think like that element is what's changed over the years is we've had people become trailblazers, and then it's easier for people to follow the path behind. You know, it's just natural human nature that it's easier.
Absolutely. I mean, as soon as you see someone doing it, you have kind of the balls to do it yourself, you know?
Absolutely. So I had another one that I kind of wanted to bring up because I used to love this band when I was younger because I kind of was like towing that punk metal line.
Absolutely.
Pete Shealy, the frontman and guitarist from the Buzzcocks, has written several songs about his sexual identity and being bisexual and all that sort of stuff. So
very cool.
Yeah, very influential kind of, punk band from back in the day, definitely.
I was going to say another one that I think it would be kind of interesting to kind of talk about is Doug Panic of King X.
Yeah. King's X.
King's X, yeah. Interesting man.
Yeah.
He's a bass guitarist, and the one thing is I think if I remember correctly, there was like, I can't remember if the band was like kind of one of those bands where like you couldn't quite tell if it was a Christian band or not.
Growing up in this area, I'm pretty sure they were, and I'm not 100%.
I feel like when he came out, that caused a lot of issues with like said Christian like stores. Like, you had for example, you had like the Family Christian Bookstore at Concord Mall, which is where I got a lot of my first metal.
Dude, I bought some Embodiment and Zao there. And
hell yeah.
All sorts of shit, man.
And it's like, almost like that was like, if you look down, all the metal shit they tried to hide, you knew that they were trying to hide it at the Family Christian Bookstore. You had to dig through maybe different sleeves and stuff like that. Or you had to look at the very bottom and you could find it.
And to kind of like add a little bit to the mix too, he's an African-American man.
Yes.
Which, just adds a little bit to it, in my opinion, because makes it that much harder, because they were a band in 79.
Wow. And he came out in 98.
Yeah.
Wow, around the same time Rob Halford did. Hey. What we were talking about. Hey.
Maybe there's a connection, maybe not.
But yeah, so apparently, like, according to Loudwire, a lot of Christian retail shops pulled him, the material, and it's just like, chill out. Chill out.
Oh,
guys
man.
got sticks up your ass.
So another one that's really popular, a little bit off the path from what we're talking about, but hey, whatever, she's pretty damn cool. But Linda Perry, the lead singer of Four Non Blondes. Everyone knows that song.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that song. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. I did just throw her in there for, sake, because What's Going On is one of the most popular songs that, in my opinion, that's been written in the past 30 years. And it takes some shit to write a song that's that popular. Not everybody can do it. And I know, like, they didn't have the biggest following after that, and they're considered a one-hit wonder, but still, like, for me in my childhood, like, that song, gets belted out. Not as much as Journey in bars.
Right.
But if you play that song in a bar, 90% of the bar is singing
with you. Yeah. Absolutely. Another one I kind of want to touch upon, because I think she's fucking badass, is Marcy Free.
I don't know.
I think she's amazing. Obviously an older person. Got started with the band King Cobra. I think
King Cobra.
Yeah, late 70s, so kind of...
That's a 70s name.
Yeah.
That's a 70s band name.
I think late 70s into the 80s.
I feel like I feel velvet when I hear the name King Cobra and think of the 70s. I'm just feeling like there has to be something velvet with them.
Well, Marcy's got fucking great style, too. I mean, look at this picture of her. Look at the little cuff sleeves and shit. Styling. But she also played in Signal and Unruly Child. They were like, London bands.
Oh, okay.
And I think if I listened to them correctly, they were... I listened to them briefly because I wanted to do a little bit more research, just to kind of hear the difference in her voice, because she is trans as well.
Okay.
I just think she's fucking badass. I like her. She came out in 1993. She had a really long battle.
She has a spooky
gender
look
dysphoria.
about her.
I know. She looks like a ghost.
She's spooky looking.
I like her,
but not in like a...
Not like creepy. She doesn't look like the dude off of Poltergeist.
Yeah, no. But she has very much like I can see her in a tarot card shop in New Orleans.
Right. Right. Yeah. She kind of looks like a witch. I like her. I think
she could just tell me some tarot bullshit, like not even know anything. Right? I'd totally believe her.
I know.
I would totally believe her.
She's just cool. I like her a lot. I don't know how to describe her. Luke, play something that she's done. Open up the door. She's just cool. Yeah. I like her. She makes me happy. She's just this cute 70-year-old lady. I like her a lot.
Sweet. Well, gonna transition to one of my favorite ones. Angel Vivaldi is a guitar player, a extremely talented guitar player. He's 39. He's done a lot of different shit, but he's just like one of those guitar player virtuosos that like plays and has like a band back him. He's got albums where I first found him because he has an EP that was out in 2011 that is very much like more metal. Mm-hmm. And he has that, but then he's also got stuff that's like more jazzy, classical guitar, acoustic guitar, backed with piano, different things like that. He actually has done all sorts of songs that he's assisted on. The most recent one was Austrian Death Machine, that's fronted by Tim Lambesis, who was the lead singer for All That Remains. A guy that's got a little bit of controversy surrounding him. I don't know if you know about him. Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to comment on that shit, but the Austrian Death Machine very much has an As I Lay Dying feel to it. Mm-hmm. And Angel Guest plays guitar on that. Really good song, really good track. Their videos are kind of hokey. Tim is like the fucking massive guy. It looks like he works out every 4 seconds of the day. It's just ridiculous. And it's like called Pain No Gain. But yeah, I first discovered Angel with his song, I think it's called A Martian Winter.
Ooh, okay.
Really, really melodic-y, catchy guitar. And it's in the vein of like other fronted bands that don't have a vocalist, like Animals as Leaders, Pliny, trying to think who else I listen to, Polythia, different bands like that don't have vocals, but they're very artistic in what they're playing. Very good. Very, very good guitar player. I think it's like he's been voted best guitar player or like top 3 guitar players for that year several times. Very good musician. I really dig his shit. So yeah, he's one of my favorite artists. And hadn't really paid any attention, like it's other artists don't really care what their sexuality is, whatever. I love the music. But then when we were doing this, started looking to it and I'm like, shit. And I can see it because he's a very handsome man.
Oh, he's hot.
Yeah, very handsome dude. Like,
he's cute.
Yeah, no denying it. And then, when he's fucking shredding his brains out, I'm sure it's just, that much worse. But legit musician is what I'm really trying to say.
Does he make your straight heart go pitter patter?
He can fucking shred. that was my favorite song that turned him on. The video too is really cool. I mean, yeah, if you look at that picture,
he's just an angel.
Yeah,
his name Angel.
Yeah. So yeah, the winter song, and then when am I going to pull up the other one? Has just a lot of good stuff, but very artistic. Everyone should check him out. Totally awesome musician. Definitely.
Absolutely. And he also he does a lot for like queer advocacy.
Yes, he speaks out a lot. And that's one thing that I found kind of doing that. So I was like, okay, shit. All right. Mm-hmm. I didn't, it's like I liked him, but it's like I didn't know much about him personally. So I was like, fucking cool. All right. But I was glad to see that, like, because I like Judas Priest, but like I didn't really listen to him that much. And like a lot of these artists, I like and respect. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. But like he's on my playlist that like I listen to daily.
That's cool.
Like I was listening to him on the car over here just because I wanted to refamiliarize. But like he's in my playlist.
Yeah.
He pops up very regularly. I mean, very regularly. So he's definitely one of my go-tos. So yeah, I was totally fucking excited. Like, hell yeah, dude, I can totally talk about him for a while. So
yeah. One of, Rob Halford was obviously mine, but I also really like Lizzie Hale.
Hailstorm. Yeah, Hailstorm. Yeah.
No, fuck, this lady's bi. She came out as bi.
Pretty early, right?
Very early,
I was going to say.
And she also does a lot of advocacy for equality. She also tries to empower other people as well. I think the biggest thing when it comes to bisexuality, speaking as a bisexual, no, I'm not out. Yes, I'm out. It's no secret.
I was like, well, you are now.
I was like, yeah, I've been out for a long time, and if you knew me, no shit.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we talk about it, and
we did our smasher pass.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That gave it away. Hard. That's way that we thirst after fucking Julie.
Oh, jeez.
God, she's so hot.
Jeez. Which, by the way, folks, kids, children, adults of all ages, that Smasher Pass was my favorite episode.
We need to do another one. So suggest more shit for us,
my
please.
God. That was my favorite episode.
That was so
because I say some weird shit, and I only usually do it if it's on the fly. Yeah. Like, just like how my kid's brain works. That's my daughter. She works just like me. If I have time to think about it, it's going to sound so stupid because I'm going to try and make it funny, and it's not funny, and it comes out stupid. But if you throw some random oddball shit at me, I think that's when I genuinely excel. So I would love to do another themed Smash or Pass.
Let's do it. Guys, suggest us, even in like this video or even just message us. Just suggest people that you think we should smash or pass.
Yes.
It could be weird shit. Like we did fucking Belial last time. Like, come on.
And I think didn't I smash?
You smashed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, the teeth, man.
I'm doing it for the t-shirt. Yeah, so that would be great to do that again. But yeah, back to Hailstorm.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just a cool lady. I like that she advocates for bisexuality because there's a lot of like, not necessarily hate, but in the queer community, there's a lot of like backlash against bi because it's like either you are or you're not. You're either gay or you're lesbian.
Well, come on.
Figure that out.
Come on.
If you're in a, like my relationship, if you're in a heterosexual relationship, you're not bi anymore. And it's like,
well, no.
Or even if you hadn't had sex with the opposite or the same gender, you're not bi. And it's like, no.
So those people have never talked to anyone that's like in a polyamorous relationship or in that sort of dynamic because that's horseshit. Because there are a lot of different itches for an individual to be scratched or to have scratched that can be of any direction, of any dynamic.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. And I know a ton of people that have very specific niches that have partners for that specific niche only, or actual dual, husband wife on that level, kitchen table polyamory, that sort of stuff. So yeah, no, that's horseshit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's whatever dynamic is suited for you, and like not gonna make any assumptions in your dynamic.
No,
but
that's fine.
I can speak from personally. I have dated someone who was actually bisexual, and we had not come to that point, but we had the talk that I knew she was bisexual. And at a point in time, if our relationship has progressed and if we had good trust and if we had good dynamic and we felt the relationship was solid and stuff, we were going to have a talk of me kind of letting her go out and kind of experience that. Didn't get to that part in the relationship, but still, I mean, there are all sorts of different dynamics that pop up. So yeah, no, horseshit.
That also goes
Total
for
horseshit.
asexual people because,
True. Yeah.
I mean, we actually had an asexual gentleman on the show named CJ.
I'm horrible with names.
CJ, the
Yes. The Japanese,
horror Japanese anime guru.
Gosh, that
guy.
was a long time ago.
God, yeah, that was. We need to have him back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was asexual. He even talked about maybe doing an episode with us in the future.
Sure.
About that particular subject. But yeah, that's the same thing with them. A lot of people like to just kind of discount them because, like, no, you could literally be on any sort of spectrum scale as far as like LGBTQ scale.
Yeah.
And you could still be asexual and not want to like have a sexual relationship with somebody.
Yeah. And to me, like, a lot of people from the outside looking in, because like I'm very diverse. I have all sorts of friends. I have all sorts of friends that may even hate that I'm doing a podcast that's on this.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. My philosophy is I love everybody. I have love in my heart for every single person. I don't care what's right, what's wrong, what's not. But I have a friend, another friend of mine. They've been married for quite a few years. He is, and help me out if I get the terms kind of mixed around, but he does not have sexual desires. Yeah. Is that asexual? That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah. So it doesn't have sexual desires, and he's married. And his wife, he's owned his own business, so they do a lot of traveling and they go to different countries and stuff. But he understands and is what do I want to say? Like, comfortable in his own shoes enough that he is not going to limit his wife from having, sexual desires and different things like that. So they're polyamorous for that reason. She will have, whether it's a partner that's exclusive or not or whatever, but she kind of goes out and he allows her to be able to experience that side of it. Yeah. And it makes their marriage work because otherwise, if they didn't do that,
and there's talk about
exactly
it.
In the communication, and that's the other thing with like, and I'm just speaking on like the kind of the polyamorous side of it because I have experience with that. Communication is of the utmost importance, and if they wouldn't have communicated, that marriage would have failed. Absolutely failed. It would have crashed and burned. You can't have someone just not be interested in sex, or I don't know how to describe it properly, but you can't have someone that's like that and then have someone that is and expect for that to work.
Right, and especially just to damn them like, you only me, you can only have it with me, and also I'm not interested, and that hurts the other person.
Absolutely. Those
are needs that need to be met.
Yeah.
So yeah. No,
and it's funny because their marriage is probably better than a lot of normal married couples that I know.
And marriages and just relationships in general are all about communication.
Yes, it is.
It's all about communication.
And the thing that I love about relationships for me is that like being in a relationship or a new relationship, the thing that's awesome is like that is your world. That's your bubble. And rules only apply in that bubble. And those rules are whatever the fuck you make them. Because Luke is your accountability and vice versa. And really, I mean, you have Casper and everything, but like that's who your world revolves around. So you set the dynamic how you want. Your rules apply to you guys and it don't fucking matter to anyone else. And that's one of the things I love about relationships is because there's all sorts of different dynamics that you create. You set those boundaries with proper communication, but that's your world. That bubble is your world. And that's one of the things that I think is so human or beautiful about humans is we create those bubbles ourselves, and they can be all sorts of different bubbles. Now, a lot of people don't understand that. No. A lot of people don't ever create that bubble. Right. A lot of people deceive and, don't communicate and different things like that. But I think that's something that's great about that. And that allows for whatever dynamic is in play to exist with proper communication. Your bubble can be whatever you want. So there you go.
I think that was a great way to end it. That was actually really good.
Yeah. That's one of the things I love because, I have my quirks. I have my unique shit. And like, I was in a relationship that did dabble in polyamory. And for me, it was presented to me as, a partner of mine had explained it to me. And for me, to kind of rationalize it and all that sort of stuff and like think like, well, okay, You know, do I care about the person enough to respect that this is something that they want to try? How can I, you know, understand it? And, you know, I found out that lifestyle's not for me, which is perfectly fine. But I can say that I was man enough to, you know, entertain it and be a part of it, and learned a lot of good shit, met a lot of great people and stuff. But, like, you know, life is what you make of it. And don't be scared to challenge yourself. Don't be scared to step outside your box. And, you know, don't just look at someone because they do something different, because you never know, like, what their bubble is like what their rules are. And they may be completely foreign to you, and that doesn't matter. So I forget why I got on this tangent, but
I think it's good. I think it's good because it's so true, and it relates back to why we're even talking about queer icons or just queer anything in general. It's that.
It's true. That it's you are your own bubble, and once you're in your bubble, you create those rules.
Absolutely.
Whether that's through music, whether that's through sex, whether that's through BDSM, whether that's through walking your dog, whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. Like how I went from BDSM to walking the dog.
I mean, you know what? I'm never going to kink shame, and I do like puppies, so...
You know, we got Peter Lopez.
Not that type of puppy. Peter Lopez.
But yes, I'm just challenging you all to be more accepting, to be more understanding.
Yep.
We don't need to have hate in this world for
There's
anyone.
too much of it.
Oh, God. We are so divisive now as a society. It's stupid.
God.
It's so stupid. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my rant. Just love each other. You little shitheads.
And with that being said...
Yes.
Look out for each other, and good night, cellar dwellers. Bah!